The MediEvil demo has officially gone live on PSN, and since this particular remake is extremely important to me and has easily been one of my most anticipated games of the last couple of years, as you might have guessed, I immediately downloaded it and played through it several times. Now, I did stream my initial playthrough of it. Feel free to watch that if you want. It's in my streams playlist. But here I'll go over some more detailed thoughts that I've had since getting much more familiar with the demo. As soon as you fire the demo up, you'll immediately notice the effort Other Ocean has gone to here to recapture MediEvil's unique style of fantasy infused with German expressionism. Thankfully, from what I saw in the demo, it looks like those efforts are largely paying off, at least in terms of the look and the tone of the game. From the cinematography's dedication to the spirit of the original vision, to the brilliantly revived score, which was headed up by the two and only Bob and Barn from the original game, everything seems to be in its place here. Even the intro screen knocks it out of the park. Now, I'm not one to let a game coast on nostalgia alone, and I often police my own thoughts to make sure I never do. But man, I really can't get over how much nostalgia this demo gave me. It really gut punched me with it at every turn, and I definitely want to acknowledge what a great job they've done with that aspect of it. You can definitely tell they're not as concerned with recreation of the original MediEvil as they are with letting us play through our own rose-colored memories of it. And I think that's a very good way to approach it. Dan controls largely the same as you remember, and everything is more or less laid out the same as the original. However, there are so many new little details scattered throughout, like fog around the ground of the crypt, the graveyard's comically oversized moon, the purple fog in the air, and the flowing grass. All of these little additions pay tribute to the art direction of the original while also going further with it. But nothing feels out of place. Nothing looks like it was aimlessly thrown in. Everything here is either a respectable recreation of the source material or a thoughtful evolution of it. One such evolution is actually a lesson we learned from MediEvil 2, and that's the quick switch mechanic that lets Dan switch between two weapons with the quick press of the triangle button. This is obviously much better than having to go into the menu and dig around every time you want to get something, so I'm glad that it's in the game. Another new addition to the control scheme is the zoom in that you can do with the L2 that also functions as a lock for Dan that lets you move around freely but continue to face one direction. This will make the projectile combat feel a lot better, and it's something that the game definitely needed in my opinion. It's not going to make MediEvil feel as tight as a Souls game by any means, but I think it will go a long way to help bridge the gap between 1998 and 2019. My only issue with it is I wish it was a toggle and I didn't have to hold it down to make it function. Now that's something I feel like Other Ocean could change between now and launch, so hopefully they do. I also like the on-screen HUD. It kind of has a bit of a late PS2 era game look to it, but ultimately it's clean, it's informative, and it stays out of the way. You also have a little bar under your health bar to show your shield durability, which is a new thing that I didn't even know I wanted, but totally makes sense. I also have to give big props to Lonnie Mandela's voice in this, as the narrator of the intro and all of the books. I'm very interested to see how some of the more in-depth books later in the game sound with her style of narration here. And I think putting her in this role was a very smart and creative decision by Other Ocean. As far as the combat goes, this is the area I was most concerned with being able to work out with modern gaming sensibilities, and I was made even more concerned when the early trailer of the game seemed to show some attacks not connecting with enemy hitboxes properly, which is a really bad look, and I have no idea why they actually put that in the trailer, but it seems like most of that seems to have been ironed out. As I played through the demo multiple times, I only actually saw one clear instance of Dan's sword passing through an enemy model without it generating a hit. Oh, see that? That's what I'm talking about. Those hits did not connect. See that? Spun right through him. See, that one did. Which is still something I definitely don't like to see. There's really no excuse for that, but if it's going to be that rare of an occurrence, it won't ruin the experience. Although I have to underline the fact that it should not be doing that. Come on. other than a few nice flashy visual feedback elements and a new charge animation, it seems like Other Ocean is largely leaning on the fundamentals of the original's combat, which to me is fine, but I'm somebody that grew up with the game. I know what I'm getting into. My concern is with mainstream audiences, people under the age of 30, that might not have grown up playing the original MediEvil. I can definitely see the 5s and 6s coming from IGN and GameSpot as we speak. They're definitely on the way, but I don't really think this game is aimed at everybody anyway. It seems to be aimed at, well, me and you and anybody else who grew up with a PS1 and probably played MediEvil for the first time on a demo disc they got from Pizza Hut. And honestly, I can get behind that. I'm definitely on board. I'm ready to see the rest of the game. I'm excited to see where Other Ocean takes all the different areas that this game throws at the player. Unfortunately, the demo is only of the crypt and the graveyard, which are the two most basic levels in the whole game, so we're gonna have to wait until the game launches to really get more of an idea of what we're in for. But from what I can tell, it seems like this is going to rely heavily on the nostalgia factor. It's going to rely heavily on people that played the original MediEvil and know what they're getting into to buy this and support it, and I have zero problem with participating in that, considering that I'm one of the people that this game is absolutely aimed at. Now, I know I'm not the only one that's played the demo here, so let me know what you think of the demo. Were you disappointed? Did you enjoy it? Let me know in the comments below and we'll continue the conversation. But until then, thanks for watching.